Hi, today's tutorial is going to be a quick one. I want to quickly show you how to properly fix your crinoline to your garment to achieve something as neat and flawless like this. Yes, there's a crinoline in there. So this tutorial is going to prove to you that it's very much possible to fix your crinoline to your garment without top stitching. You can use crinoline in that your reversible peplum jacket to achieve something as neat as this and a wavy peplum. So the concept of this tutorial is just to show you that it's very much possible to use the crinoline and still have something as neat as this.
Hello, you don't even know my name, but I am happy you came by.
So get your flare ready or any part of your garment making that you want to fix your crinoline to. Get it ready. Here I'm using 1080 degrees flare and it's a reversible peplum. So I went ahead to cut it out 3 circles each and then I pressed paper stay on it. So the next thing I'm going to do is to just go ahead and join them to make them one circle, one long circle. The method in this video is not only applicable to reversible peplum or reversible anything. You can use this same method for any part of your dressmaking that you want to fix crinoline to or add crinoline to. Just use same method. So here I pinned the circle down so it's easier for me to join it. I'm just going to join it with 1/2 inch that I added as a stitching allowance while cutting out the flare. Now after that, this is it. I went ahead to press open the seams to make it look very neat and flawless. Next thing I'm going to do is to just take the 2 circles like this and I'm going to pin it down, making sure I match up those joinings. I'm just going to, it's very important that you pin it down, even if it's not reversible. Pin your fashion fabric and then the lining down so that it's just the same. Can you see that? So I'm just going to start with the business of the day. I'm going to start from this tip here. Then I'll take my crinoline. I'm using 3 inches crinoline. You can use any inch of your choice or any inches of your choice. Then I'm going to tape the edge down like this because it's very sharp and it's not friendly to the skin. I'm going to tape it down with my masking tape and then cut off the excess on the sides like this. Then I'm going to start sewing. Give some space before you start fixing the crinoline. You don't have to give this much space anyway, but I like giving space because I don't like the crinoline getting to the edge of my fabric. And now this is the real deal. You're going to take your crinoline, place it in this same exact direction you see mine going. Can you see it's going away from the fabric? Then you're going to place it exactly on your sewing allowance, the same allowance you started stitching with, right? You're going to place it there. Then you're going to stitch on the edge of the crinoline, on that tip that you see there. Can you see that? Stitch as close as you can to that tip. The thing is, the closer you are to the tip, the more it gives you a flawless look if you're making a reversible. And if it's not a reversible, the inner you go from that tip of the crinoline, the more it draws your lining up. I'll show you in the end of this video. Okay, so you're going to stitch it like that, stitch on that tip exactly on your sewing allowance. You can see I maintain my 1/2 inch sewing allowance on the fabric, then the crinoline is exactly on that tip. I'm going to stitch it like that.
Is it love at first sight? Turn on the lights, see the mess you made. 1, 2, in love with you. 3, 4,
until I get to the end like this. Then just before I get to the end, I'll also give a space. I'll cut the crinoline like this. You see that I measured it to see where it will stop. Then I'm going to also tape it down, just like I did for the starting point. Tape it down like this, then cut off the excess and continue stitching until I get to the other tip of the peplum. Please ensure also that you're not stretching the crinoline too much while stitching. It's quite stretchy and it's even advisable that you stretch it a bit for that wavy effect, but do not overstretch. Especially if it's your first time of trying this method, do not stretch it too much. Just go ahead and follow the process. So I've stitched to the end and cut off this excess here. And that's the essence of pinning your fabric down before sewing. Next, I'll take it to my ironing board and then take my gum, UH gum. You can use any gum of choice and then hemming gum. Now, while stitching, you see the part that was facing down while I was stitching, the fabric that was facing down, make it to be the one facing up now. Can you see that? While I was stitching, the green part was actually facing me and now it's facing the table. Now you're going to take the gum and then you're going to apply it on the tip of this crinoline. Make sure you're not applying too much. Okay, the essence of this is just to support the hemming gum, because this hemming gum these days has been acting wonderful. This particular 1 inch hemming gum. So you're going to place the hemming gum exactly on that point that you apply the gum. Please do not apply the gum too much. It's just to support this one, and also to make sure that it lasts longer. You're going to place it exactly on that point. When you get to where the gum stops, you apply again. And in case you're wondering, what if I'm not making a reversible, I'm using my lining, should I also follow this process? Please do. The part that was facing down the table or your machine while you were stitching, make sure that part is the part facing you while you want to infuse the hemming gum and then the gum. So even if you're doing this on a scale that doesn't have lining, still follow the same process. You will try this and you come back to thank me later. So I'll continue the process until I get to the end of the peplum. It's very simple. I think this is even easier compared to top stitching. After fixing the crinoline and then you have to top stitch again. That's a long journey to me. It's actually very easy. But something you can do very fast and then go to the next stage. So right after this process, the next thing I'm going to do is to just turn this to the right side. Don't worry about the hemming gum, if it will shift or something like that. Just go ahead and turn it to the right side. If you did the right thing, the hemming gum will still stick to the crinoline while you are turning it to the right side. Then I'll take it to my ironing table and then I'm going to steam press. So in case you don't have a steaming iron, just go ahead and sprinkle some water like this. You can see what I did there. And then you're going to take your iron and then place it on that part that you sprinkled water. Okay, you are not ironing, you are steam pressing. Emphasis on steam press. Okay, can you see what I'm doing? I'm actually using a steaming iron, but the steaming part is no longer working. So what I do is I sprinkle some water and then I place the iron on that part and leave it for some few seconds and then go to the other part. Then after you're done with the steam press, you can now turn it to the other side and iron. Please, if you're making a reversible like me, it's important that you can see how I try to poke out the edge or the hem. Try to poke it out so that one is not folding. You're making a reversible, right? So that one of the fabric is not popping up on the other side while the owner is wearing it. I hope you understand that. You can see that after steam pressing on the other side, I'm now ironing it just to straighten this part. So I'll iron until I get to the other end. You can already see the wavy effect of this. Can you see? And that's basically it actually on how to properly fix your crinoline on your peplum. Can you see? Can you see how flawless, how flat and neat the hem of this peplum is? And another good thing is that you get how many inches of crinoline that you use. If you use 3 inches, you still get that 3 inches because of how you placed the crinoline while stitching it. So that's basically it. Like I said before, this is actually a reversible peplum jacket and the tutorial is on this channel in case you haven't seen it. Now you will agree with me that this is actually more professional than top stitching on the other side of your fabric, on the crinoline just to make it flat. I made this for someone. The first one I made for her, she liked it and she ordered this. And after I made this, she also ordered another two. She's actually on a plus size. That's why you can see that it's this long. Just go ahead and check out this tutorial on this channel. Like I said, I actually made another two for her. I used the same method I showed you in this video and you can see that the result is the same. You can see how flat the hem of this is. This is actually a thick crepe and this is a black and white. Can you see? Like I always say, I'm this person who try to adopt my own method. I try different methods and then I choose the one that works for me or even create my own method as long as it suits my preference and makes my life easier. I don't just do things because a lot of people are doing it. I promise to show you the result of going away from the tip of the crinoline while fixing it, and this is the result. So the inner you go, the more the lining draws your fabrics up. This one right here is now reversible. It's just lining and then the fashion fabric, and you can see what I did here, right? So choose your struggles carefully. And this will be the end of our tutorial today. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section and I'll see you in my next one. Be good. Bye.